Hi, good day, and welcome to Teams Yellow presentation on Ansa McAL sector analysis. We hope you enjoy. Our team members are Alyssa Besso, Corey Bartholomew, Latoya Clark, Ron Francis, Miranda Glasgow. Now, we'll be looking at our introduction, history, effects, globalization, government role, SME, effects, and recommendation. Thank you. As you know, in our last meeting, the board had come to a decision to further grow and invest in Jamaica due to its growing economy. Now, the group's journey with Jamaica is not new. It first started with our partnership with Quality Dealers Limited to expand our market audience with Able Windows and Sissons Paint. With that being said, with proper research and consideration, we would like to deepen our roots in Jamaica. It's a sector that has long-standing, growing, and emerging, which is the manufacturing sector. The government of Jamaica sees the importance of this sector, so they have implemented a 5-year growth strategy for the years of 2020 to 2025. The island manufacturing sector could date back to before its independence. The government investment into the sector can even date back to the early 1950s with tax incentives. Over the past 25 years, this sector has shown a stable and also constant growth. The manufacturing sector has contributed to a US $721.8 million in 2022 and an industrial size of US $1.2 billion. Some of their major manufacturing products: citrus, coffee, beverages, apparel, business, building materials, cocoa, and furniture. So basically, with Jamaica's favorable location, market access, skilled workforce, technical expertise, government support, incentives, natural resources, renewable energy potential, supportive business climate, growing domestic and regional demand, makes it a perfect place for us here at Ansa McAL to invest in manufacturing. As said before, Jamaica has had a long-standing history with its manufacturing sector, as its roots can be traced back to the country's agriculture-based beginnings during the colonial era, with small-scale manufacturing during its post-emancipation period following the abolition of slavery in 1834, as free slaves sought alternative livelihoods. While industrialization in the mid-20s, the government implemented policies to reduce dependence on imported goods by promoting domestic manufacturing. In the 1970s and 1980s, the government implemented policies to attract foreign investment and foster export-oriented manufacturing. Back to the present, the manufacturing sector in Jamaica continues to evolve and adapt. Throughout its history, the manufacturing sector in Jamaica has played a critical role in the country's economic development. From its agriculture-based beginnings during the colonial era and the emergence of small-scale manufacturing in post-emancipation to its industrialization and export-oriented growth periods, this sector has undergone a significant transformation, and the government efforts to attract foreign investment, promote diversification, and improve competitiveness have positioned Jamaica as a competitive player in the international market, contributing to an increased export revenues and integrated into the global value chains.
Jamaica has a fairly diversified manufacturing sector, comprising of two main categories: the traditional and non-traditional. Manufacturing in Jamaica is known for its traditional products, such as sugars, rum, molasses, and textiles, while non-traditional products are non-metallic products, chemicals, and petroleum. Some of the biggest players in the manufacturing sector in Jamaica, just to name a few, are Nestle's, Petrojam Limited, and Tradewind Citrus. The manufacturing sector has a broad scope of products and services provided, such as food and beverages, wearing apparel, industrial products, chemicals, pharmaceuticals, electronics, machinery, and equipment. In addition to the products, some services provided are processing, construction, formulating, filing, packaging, labeling, storage, handling, and quality control testing of materials.
In December 2019, the COVID-19 viral outbreak began and quickly became a global pandemic, a pandemic that induced global financial and economic crisis. The manufacturing sector in Jamaica was one of the many sectors vulnerable to these various challenges and had been significantly impacted in its operations and growth. Some of the impacts were a reduction in demand and export decline. Jamaica had transitioned to an export-focused economic player, and approximately 10 to 15% of Jamaica's GDP comes from the exportation of goods and services. The results of this decline led to lower production levels, reduced revenues, and job losses. There were also disruptions in supply chains as the pandemic affected the availability of raw materials, goods, and components which would have been needed for manufacturing operations. While Jamaica had little reliance on imported inputs, these factors still caused delays in production, increased costs, and more downtime for the manufacturing sector on a whole. Jamaica also experienced financial and investment challenges within the manufacturing sector, as the COVID-19 pandemic resulted in the tightening of credit and reduced investor confidence. This made it more difficult for manufacturing companies in Jamaica to access financing for their operations, expansion plans, and working capital needs. Another challenge was the exchange rate volatility. This pandemic led to an economic crisis which increased exchange rate volatility, causing the local currency to depreciate and increase the cost of importing raw materials and machinery, as well as causing higher inflation rates, which greatly affected the purchasing power of the citizens. So, how did the government respond to the pandemic? Well, in order to lessen the impact on the manufacturing sector, the Jamaican government implemented austerity measures, fiscal tightening, and small changes in trade policies. Some of these policies being border closures and changes in importation tariffs. There were also negative environmental impacts due to the COVID-19 pandemic. The psychological impact manifested in intense risk aversion in key sectors and resulted in a collapse in output. Manufacturers in Jamaica should take from this pandemic that planning for a crisis is important. The risk that comes with being ill-prepared when an unexpected event occurs can put your company in an unfavorable position for years to come. We see just how much issues one global pandemic can cause to just one sector. By staying informed about policy changes to provide a guide for the navigation through these challenging periods, and investing in innovation, efficiency, and productivity improvements, manufacturers can help themselves withstand the adverse effects of global crisis.
Globalization. Two aspects of globalization I like to speak on today is foreign direct investments and market expansion. Globalization has brought about advantages and disadvantages concerning foreign direct investment and market expansion. On the positive side, globalization has increased foreign direct investment by creating opportunities for companies to invest in foreign markets, facilitating capital flows and promoting economic growth. It allows businesses to access large consumer bases, exploiting new resources and benefit from economies of scale. Additionally, globalization enhances market expansion by reducing trade barriers, promoting competition, and fostering innovation through the exchange of ideas and technologies. However, globalization also has its drawbacks. Increased foreign direct investment can lead to the exploitation of cheap labor in developing countries, contributing to income inequalities and poor working conditions. It may also result in the outflow of domestic capital and hinder local industries' development. Furthermore, market expansion can create dependencies on global markets, leaving countries vulnerable to economic shocks and financial crisis. Globalization can also threaten cultural diversity and national sovereignty, as local traditions and values may be overshadowed by globalized trends and practice. In conclusion, globalization impact on foreign direct investment and market expansion is a double-edged sword, offering opportunities for economic growth and market access while posing challenges such as inequalities and cultural harmonization. Now we speak on government roles in terms of hands-on approach and facilitative approach. The hands-on approach and facilitative approach are two contrasting approaches adopted by governments that have distinct effects. A hands-on approach refers to an interventionist government approach where the government takes an active role in regulating and controlling various aspects of the economy. This approach can have both positive and negative effects. On the positive side, a hands-on approach can lead to greater stability, regulations, and control over key industries. It can also enable the government to implement social policies, protect the interests of the public, and provide essential services. However, the downside of a hands-on approach is that it may stifle innovation, hinder entrepreneurship, and result in bureaucratic inefficiency. On the other hand, a facilitative approach refers to a more market-oriented and minimal government intervention approach. Under this approach, the government acts as a facilitator, providing a conducive environment for businesses to thrive. The facilitative approach encourages competition, deregulation, and the free flow of goods and services. This approach often leads to increased private sector participation, foreign investments, and economic growth. However, it can also result in market failures such as income inequality and inadequate provision of public goods and services. In summary, while the hands-on approach offers stability and social protection, it may hamper economic dynamism. Therefore, the facilitative approach fosters market competitiveness and growth but requires effective regulation to address potential market failure. The choice between these approaches depends on the specific context, goals, and challenges faced by a government. However, if both are implemented, there shall be a better flow and a better balance between private government and citizens. Thank you.
CSME effect. The CSME is the full implementation of the CARICOM single market economy, which could have both positive and negative effects on the manufacturing sector in Jamaica, right, as well as on the development of the Ansa McAL portfolio in manufacturing. Some of the positive effects of the CSME are market access, economies of scale, supply chain integration, and shared skills and knowledge. To expand on market access, this is where the CSME aims to create a single market within the Caribbean region. This would allow for free movement of goods, services, capital, and labor. Hence, through this initiative, there will be an expansion in market access to other Caribbean member states, potentially increasing export and sales opportunities for all in participation. Notwithstanding, there can also be some negative effects, some of which are increased competition, regulatory harmonization challenges, inconsistent enforcement, as well as labor movement. To expand on increased competition, the CSME initiative could intensify competition within the manufacturing sector. Jamaican manufacturers, including Ansa McAL, may face increased challenges from manufacturers in the other CARICOM member states, and this could put some added pressure on price, market share, and profitability, especially if the competitors have cost advantages or established market positions. In conclusion, the CSME basically gives access to a potential impact more accurate. It would be beneficial for us to further conduct a detailed analysis concerning the specific products and markets in which Ansa McAL operates, as well as to the potential benefits and challenges associated with the CSME. Implementation of the manufacturing sector. The CSME definitely an initiative to be considered, as it holds both positive and negative effects, which can also work in favor of Ansa McAL.
Based on the collection of data and manufacturing analysis done for Jamaica's manufacturing sector, we would recommend that the Board of Directors of Ansa McAL pursue investment opportunities in the manufacturing sector of Jamaica. Jamaica offers a relatively favored investment climate with a stable potential environment, investor-friendly policies, and ongoing efforts to improve the ease of doing business. This creates a conducive environment for Ansa McAL to establish and grow its manufacturing operations. Jamaica's membership in the Caribbean Community, CARICOM, provides access to regional market of approximately 18 million people. The full implementation of CARICOM's single market, also known as SME, will further expand the market access opportunities. This allows Ansa McAL to tap into a larger customer base and leverage its existing contribution networks in the region. The manufacturing sector in Jamaica has demonstrated growth potential driven by increasing domestic demand and export-oriented strategies. The government has been actively promoting this sector and implementing policies to enhance its competitiveness. Ansa McAL can capitalize on its growth trajectory and contribute to the development of the sector. Investing in manufacturing sector allows Ansa McAL to diversify its business portfolio. It provides an opportunity to leverage its existing expertise, resources, and market knowledge in sectors such as food, beverage, processing, consumer goods, industrial manufacturing. This diversification can enhance the company's release and contribute to overall growth of the business. The manufacturing sector has the potential to be a significant employer in creating jobs, contributing to economic development in Jamaica. Ansa McAL investment in this sector can support employment generation, skills development, socio-economic advancement, thereby fostering a positive social impact. To further support this recommendation, we would like to recommend conducting a detailed feasibility study and a market analysis specific to Ansa McAL business interests and capabilities. This data would provide a comprehensive understanding of the specific opportunities, market dynamic, competition, regulatory environments, and potential risks, allowing for more informed decision-making process. Overall, investing in manufacturing sector in Jamaica aligns with Ansa McAL's growth objectives, offers market access opportunities, diversification benefits, and contributes to the socio-economic development of the country.
In conclusion, the manufacturing sector in Jamaica would be a great investment for Ansa McAL. The sector has extensive history and has developed into the profitable industry we see today. With proper planning and observation, as well as clear goals and objectives being set by Ansa McAL, they should be able to navigate any drawback that may come to be, whether it be another global crisis or the negative effects that may arise from CSME or globalization. Using the proper tools along with our recommendations, they should be able to reap the benefits of the manufacturing sector in Jamaica.
Thank you. And do you have any questions?